Hey everyone, I was recently a guest on an episode of Dirt Tracks where we featured a couple of vehicles from CFMOTO, one of them being my very own 2018 CFMOTO ZForce 500. So during that video, it reminded me of a couple of things that I really appreciated about my ZForce 500 and inspired me to do this video today about the top 5 things that I like about the CFMOTO ZForce 500. So we're going to start out this list at number 5, working our way through number 1. Number 5 being utility. Now you might find it strange that I bring up utility on a sport side-by-side. So the reason I say this is because I came from riding predominantly utility ATVs, and moving even to a sports side-by-side like this one was a big jump in utility for me. So obviously what you get out of that is a nice size, very usable bed for carrying cargo. So the bed design is actually quite nice. You can fit quite a bit of stuff in here. I've used this to haul wood around the campground or around my yard. I've used it also to carry recovery kits. I've used it also to carry a spare wheel and tire back to my Kawasaki Teryx when I got a flat tire while riding with some friends. So the bed, while very usable, also has its downsides. So one quick easy fix would be these drain holes. They're not level or even recessed in the bed, which causes the dirt to not drain out properly. It takes a lot of effort to clean this out. But I will say, it's great to have these tie down points, 4 of them. You can really securely strap something into the bed. Another thing for utility, this CFMOTO, as well as every other CFMOTO, comes with a standard automotive 2-inch hitch receiver. Now I use this all the time. I've used it to trailer my boat around my yard where I didn't want my pickup truck to tear ruts in my yard. I use it every winter to drag my ice hut around when I'm out ice fishing. Last point for me on utility is I use this to plow snow every winter. I'll be putting the plow on it later on this afternoon actually, and using it for the rest of the season. I'll say it does an absolutely wonderful job of plowing snow. I've done a video about that already. I'll link to it in the description. Okay, so moving on to number 4, size. So what I mean by size, this is the 50-inch trail model, meaning 50 inches wide. So you got about the same dimensions as a standard 2-up touring ATV, only you have it in a side-by-side. Instead of having that front and rear passenger, you got side-by-side passengers with a nice usable bed. I get to ride with the same friends that I rode when I rode my ATVs. I can maneuver or turn around in a tight wood situation where normally with the larger side-by-side, you'd be getting into that 20-point turn situation. I think they found that sweet spot in wheelbase where you can ascend and descend steep hills and inclines and declines, but you don't get high centered super easy like you would on a longer side-by-side. So while this is only 50 inches, it does accommodate larger riders quite well. I've ridden this with other large riders, quite like myself, side-by-side quite comfortably. Another bonus, we're talking about size. If you're moving up from ATVs like I did and you have a trailer, this will probably fit in your current trailer rather than having to buy a larger trailer for your side-by-side. All right, so we're moving on up to number 3 in the list, capability. So I wasn't quite sure what to expect. When I jumped into a CFMOTO, I'd never ridden anything like this before. So I kind of took a chance, went for it, and slowly started to learn about what this machine was capable of. Since then, I've driven in sand, mud, water, rocks, steep hills, tight woods, you name it. So I confidently say at this point, this will handle anything I throw at it other than the most extreme terrain, which typically would see you upgrading parts on any side-by-side, such as lift kits, snorkels, larger tires, things along those lines. Quite a few people have had a question about how fast can this go. That was something that I was a little bit nervous about when I first bought it as well. Being a 500cc side-by-side, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. So riding this with that other larger rider, side-by-side, I've had this up to a top speed of 93 kilometers an hour or 57 miles an hour. So speed-wise, if you ride a lot of roads or high-speed trails, I wouldn't have no worries about this keeping up with your friends. And on the note of keeping up with your friends, even in the higher-powered machines, this thing will keep up with them no problem in a trail environment because while you only have 500 cc's, the clutching from CV Tech is excellent and it really puts that power to good use. Combine that with the tight handling, you're going to do quite well in the woods. Another question I personally had, and a question I get from a lot of viewers, is about durability. So all I can speak is from my personal experience. I haven't had a single issue running this machine and my other machine over 2 seasons of fairly hard use. So after driving them for 2 seasons, I'm pretty confident that the durability of these is on par with any other major manufacturer. Moving up to number 2, styling. What can I say? I really like the looks of the ZForce lineup. Actually, I like the looks of the CForce ATV lineup as well. So I think CFMOTO's done a great job. Everything with the curves, the lines, the accent lighting, the premium wheels and tires, the colors. It's just very well done, very well designed from CFMOTO. So that was a quick one, but we're moving right along to, for me, what is the most important, the number 1, the value. So all those features we just discussed, all those capabilities, all rolled into what is undoubtedly the lowest priced quality side-by-side on the market. So the standard features like the horn, the signal lights, the premium wheels, the roof, the winch, the premium parts like CV Tech clutches, Bosch fuel injection and ignition systems, tires, everything about this says value. Lastly, another important factor here was CFMOTO Canada's warranty. So they gave you a 5-year, 5,000 kilometer warranty, which is basically on par with other guys' extended warranties that you pay for. This again saves you money, and it also gives you the confidence to ride this machine how you want to ride it without feeling bad or worrying about what's to come. So this was another big factor for me when doing my research, trying to figure out which machine was right for me, and it allowed me to trust my gut and go with CFMOTO. So in closing, I'm super happy with my purchase. The CFMOTO ZForce 500. It's brought a lot of happiness to me and my family, and I have no doubt that it's going to continue to bring happiness for years to come. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more from CFMOTO or my ZForce 500, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please click the like button below. It really helps me out.